Peace and love, everyone. Giving thanks. This recording is in relation to one of the workshops we offer. It's called Learn the Art of Vending. Learn the Art of Vending, the science of vending. We have our sister PJ, who's one of our specialists. She's doing a presentation on the do's and don'ts when it comes to vending. And of course, you know, when we talk about the art of vending, first and foremost, to start with the individual talent, skills, and hobby, what we call in Powerful Pioneers, spiritual economics, utilizing your talents, your skills, your hobbies to economically create and produce something that you can thrive with economically, of course. And with that, once you create your ideas or invent these products and services, of course, one of the rites of passage is to securitize your intellectual property. You know, we have those rites of passage too. As you can see here, our sister PJ got the book. Who's going to invent that? You know, we have the invention process where we actually help you to go through the rites of passage of patenting your invention or trademarking your ideas, so that once you finalize everything internally, you can put it out to the world commercially. You don't want to throw it out in the world and don't have certain things securitized. That's one important thing when it comes to the art of vending, the do's and the don'ts. And now, once you have your product situated, secured, ready to serve abundantly with love to the people, product, service, workshop, it don't matter what it is. Now, the art of vending, we have different tier systems. Now, outside of the do's and don'ts with the tier system, like we shared before, you know, you have your regular, you know, most people would start by having a table at a local, you know, street fair or just in the street doing street vending. That's a good way to outreach, market, and get your items going. But that's like tier one system. Of course, you know, as you go into a tier two, you will go into like a pop-up shop. You know, there's different type of pop-up shop. There are pop-up shops where you have more vendors than people. So with the art of vending, you need to understand the dynamics of how to mobilize those crowd. We give thanks. Also, and I know we have our sister LaShondra in the building. Salute to you, sis. LaShondra, when we get a chance, I would love for you to share one of the science we utilize in Virginia and Maryland when it comes to the art of vending. Me and my sister, we were out of all the vendors, we came in first and we left last. And we did all what we need to mobilize the people. All the other vendors, all they did was watch. Stay tuned. I will have our sister share her testimony on, you know, the art of vending and how we mobilize. It don't matter what tier system, pop-up shop, out in the street. It could be a street fair. You know, they have a lot of fairs that happen, a street fair. It could be a major festival where you may need certain support system. And there's a certain spirit and science when it comes to vending. Most people don't know that. There's science when it comes to vending. You got to be in the right spirit of things so people can receive your energy. You know, so when we talk about the tier system, from the major events where you need to have your team with the right spirit, the right energy to represent the business as a collective, you know, the right science on what to provide the people with to get the results you need. Of course, you know, with the major festival, that's a whole different ballgame. And then we have the virtual vending. You know, we have our own streaming platform, Black Stream. We talk about the science of virtually vending. How you can just generate, you don't have to set up no table, all of traveling, all the things you do when you physically vend, you can actually do it virtually, and it's more simple and direct. And of course, lastly, we have the contractual vending. These are for businesses who want to do major business. Now you can take your business into the, you know, greater community and contract with government agents and other organizations to bring some of your service, your products, and your resource. So there's different tiers when it comes to vending. This is one of the reasons our workshop is Learn the Art of Vending, the science and the spirit reality when it comes to vending. Now, mind you, when it comes to vending and the art of vending and the science, we also talk about the science of marketing your business, your product, and your service. We know that when it comes to vending your products, marketing your products, your services, and your business, there's ways that you can do it where you don't have to necessarily sell anything. Most people don't want to see a salesperson. They ain't trying to, buck up to somebody who wants to try to sell in their ears all day. But now, Pioneers, we have a model. We educate. Salute to everyone who came by and see how we educate. Our sister know we demonstrate. We demonstrate our products and our service. And our brother Mix know we showcase. We showcase our resources to the community at large, and we present it. And as we do those 4 principles, everything sells itself naturally, organically. We give thanks. We give thanks. So when it comes to even events, the art of vending, when it comes to events, businesses, business endeavors, we have different positions. When we're looking at mobilizing on a grander level, we talk about brand ambassadors. Who's the top brand ambassador for your company, for your business? Of course, naturally, it must be yourself. But now you got to have somebody who have that same spirit and energy, add more that could represent your brand on the highest level. Product specialist, one who understands the product, who can actually break down some logistics in relation to how to use the product. Most people go to these health stores in these locations and it's like, man, all these bunch of what we call remedies here, and you don't know which one to use. You get lost in the sauce. Sales representative. Salute to all of our Pioneer members who went through Queen of 4 Wellness Rites of Passage. Yes, even myself, I became one of the top sales representatives for Queen of 4. Yes, and one of the things as a sales representative, you know how to represent that product. Again, as a sales representative, you're not selling the product. What we're doing, we educating, we demonstrating, we showcasing, we presenting, and everything sells itself. So we give thanks to all sales representatives. We also have the physical outreach and street team. The physical outreach and street team is very, very important. Just like, the point to have your virtual street team, your virtual streaming platform, which we have Blackstream. Salute to one of our sponsors, Blackstream.live, our own streaming platform. So we can be able to utilize that and promote, market, advertise through those platforms, giving thanks. At the same time, you need to have your physical outreach. I remember back in the days when you walk and you see that W everywhere, that Wu-Tang symbol. You know what that means. People thought it was Batman. We know what that is. That's Wu-Tang, it ain't Batman. We give thanks. So with the art of vending, we ask a question. What's the difference between a consumer, a client, and a supporter? And what I'll do is, once I finish this portion, I would like to open the floor for those who are online to, share their perspective. And I would like for y'all to answer that question. What's the difference between a consumer, a client, and a supporter? And which one you prefer? We all want all of them, but which one stands out the more? If you had to pull out your pH scale for all my alkaline lifestyle representatives, if you had to pull out your pH scale and put those 3 areas on the 3 levels, alkaline, neutral, and acidic, where do a client fit? Where do a supporter come in? And where do a consumer come in? Is it alkaline, neutral, or acidic? Again, I'm just asking that question. I'll open it up in a few to see what response we get from that. But definitely, Powerful Pioneers, we have our own STEM program. We have our own STEM program, but our STEM program is more dealing with services, time, energy, and matter. The services that we offer, the time that we take in doing these services, the energy that we give out from these services, and the results, the purpose of it. We give thanks. So in the marketplace, in the grand marketplace, there's several, what we say, representative that's in that marketplace. We have what you call the creator, the inventor, which we was just seeing with our sister PJ. The creator, the inventor. Let me put that don't, right? The one who invent. We have the creator, the inventor. So in the marketplace, you're gonna see inventors, you're gonna see creators there. You might see them vending. That's a piece of them that they give into the community. You give thanks for all the creators and inventors. Then we have your sponsors. Those who sponsor us. We salute to all of our sponsors for sponsoring our tour. We salute all of those who sponsor, you know. Salute Mixed Breed for sponsoring our brother Swank Boss mixtape by creating a masterpiece mixtape. We give thanks. Sponsors is very important. You know, we give thanks to the sponsors. In the marketplace, you also have spectators. Those who walk around spectating. They just want to spectate. They're not supporting anything. They just want to spectate and find out what's going on. There's room for all these people in the marketplace. You got to just know how to identify them when it comes to the art of vending, when it comes to minding your business and doing business. You got your promoters and your endorsers. You know, salute to all the promoters and endorsers. Mixed Breed, one of our top endorsers. You know, when they put that endorse stamp on your business, that means a lot when you travel. When you have companies and businesses, salute to all of the organizations in Florida and Virginia who promote our services. They welcome us in the community. We give thanks. And of course, like I said before, you have your supporters, your consumers, your clients. And then the last two you have your procrastinators. You can't forget about your procrastinators. You got people who come out and they just be procrastinating. They ain't trying to buy nothing. Sometimes they waste your time. You'll talk their ear off. They'll talk your ear off and you giving them answers and it's like, they're not gonna do nothing with it. Procrastinators is in the marketplace. And then lastly, you got your information seekers. Those who just coming for information. You know, they're not really trying to buy anything. They're similar to spectators, but they want more information. They will gravitate and connect with you if that information tap into their heart chakra. Oh yeah, they'll be back. The spectator just want to spectate, ain't gonna get nothing. But the information seeker want to make sure they get the proper information, the proper outfit, the proper album, the proper service before they put their money towards anything. So yes, the marketplace, you got the inventor, the creator, the sponsor, the spectator, the promoter, the endorser, the supporter, the consumer, the clients, the procrastinator, and the information seeker. We give thanks. With that being said, I would like to open the floor, give an opportunity for some of the Pioneer members and representatives to give their testimonial on the art of vending. You know, I know y'all seen us vending before. You probably came out and vend and see the different techniques. And like we were saying, when you go to certain events, you might have people you need to have. You might have security. You might need to just have security just to stray away the procrastinators because we have a long line of supporters who's waiting for you. All right. So with that being said, Sister LaShandra, would you like to share your experience in the DMV area, how we mobilized Virginia event recently?
Can I say something real?
Sure. Peace, everyone. Even before Virginia, when we had that event in Starlight City, one of the things you showed me that day when we broke down my tent was to leave the cover on. So usually I always take it off and then put it back on. So that was one of the art of vending techniques you showed me before we even headed out on the road, I believe. In Virginia, we made it our duty to be there as early as possible. As a matter of fact, we were one of the first vendors there, but we were a little bit away from the venue. But the point that we made it there to be there to set up before a lot of the other people arrived, that was a big deal. So we got to network beforehand with the people that put on the venue. So that was a good look for us. Also giving out samples of the product throughout the duration of the venue made people come back and purchase and engage, request information, so we could follow up with them later on, and staying there till the very end to, I guess, get the people that may have been thinking about it throughout the night before they left, they could get their product. Yesterday, that was my experience in Virginia. I'll just share one more thing and then I'll give the floor back. I was at a 2-day event this weekend with Bowling for Peace, so it's a hard sell when you're selling at an event when they have drinks. We all know sports drinks are not the best, but they promote them at these athletic venues where I am selling a natural sports drink in my sea moss lemonade. So the fact that I was able to sell both days while they were giving out free drinks spoke volumes for me. I naturally got a helper. This young kid was in the park. He tasted the juice and he said, well, I want, when I gave him the pineapple mango, he said, I want one. I said, well, if you want one, I need you to sell at least 5 bottles and I'll give you one. And so he did. He helped me pass out samples and achieved the quota for the day for him. So those are my art of vending points that I've taken out so far from being a powerful pioneer. And that's it.
Powerful, sis, powerful. The do's and don'ts. The do's and don'ts when it comes to vending. And again, one of the questions I just want to ask you, sis, what's the difference between, again, when we talk about the difference between a client, a supporter, and a consumer? What's the difference in your perspective? And if
so,
you have
amongst the clients, consumers, and supporters, I'll say I have all three. And right now, I base the majority of my pun intended clientele as clients. And I'll say this: consumer is somebody that maybe was willing to try something because they're constantly trying products, and they just want to buy it because that's what they're trained to do. A client is someone that's looking for a specific product or item that they've been seeking in the marketplace, and then once they found you, they're gonna keep coming back to you whenever they can get your product or whenever they run out of the product. They may shop with you and other businesses at the same time for similar to what you're providing to them or something else. Because supporter, regardless of what it is they're buying, they're coming to you. You're a staple. You're one of their brand loyal products or services that you provide for them. That would be my explanation amongst the three.
Thanks, definitely. And again, keep in mind when we put in those 3 areas on the pH scale, I'm just saying, supporters is like the church community. You have church community supporters that's there for years. They're not going nowhere. They're retiring. Matter of fact, they passing the baton to their next children. The church community would not consider their people consumers or client because they don't digest accordingly. Now, the client, of course, that's an introduction, someone who's looking for, again, just like we say, an information seeker. Seeking information, they resonate with you, they love what you have, they support it for one time, they decide to come back. If they support more than 5 times, or if they support at least a year and more, they got to graduate from being a client family. We got to put them as supporters now. We got to identify the difference between keeping somebody as a client, somebody who's a diehard supporter, and someone who just want to consume. They hungry, they don't care what they eat. You know what I mean? It could be a snapper, they're going to snap on it. They consume it. So with that being said, I see Mixed Breed in the building. Would you like to add on to that? What's the difference between a client, a supporter, and a consumer? And when it comes to the art of vending, you know, how we mobilize some of these locations, how we identify the clients, the supporters, the consumers. Can you share your experience?
Yeah. Audio check 1, 2. You can hear me?
Salute, giving thanks, my brother.
Loud and clear. Greetings and salutations to everyone on the call. It's definitely Melanin Mondays, and I want to say shout out to you, sis, LaShandra. I gotta definitely try your energy CMOS sports drink. Can't wait to try that. But I'm gonna say this, brother Rojo, based on our experience, as we mobilize. You know, the art of vending is so important because you definitely gotta know the do's and don'ts. And I want to just touch on punctuality. And when you get there, how your setup's supposed to be, and it adds on to your presence being felt and your presence being known. You know what I'm saying? And the beautiful thing is when you get there early, you get a chance to just breathe for a minute. You get a chance to just, you know, get comfortable, set up, take your time, because, you know, time is one currency that we don't get back, right? So if you can buy time, which means first in and you the last one out, trust me, your results is gonna show. It's gonna show in your results. That's the first thing, punctuality, you know, being there, even if you're there a day ahead of time, you sleeping outside of the venue, you know, that makes a big difference. I'm just going off the deep end with that, but I'm just saying, for example. Also, the way you're set up, because it's a way how to set up. It's different type of tiers to vending. You know what I'm saying? And from what I've seen, how we mobilize on the road, how you're set up, based on how your setup look. Remember, first impression lasts. So once somebody glancing and you don't got nothing that's gonna catch their eye, and you ain't got it set up a certain way where it's gonna bow, they gonna stop and look. Your setup ain't right. You got to catch them at first glance. First glance is important. All right. And what I appreciate what you do, brother Rojo, is that you actually, when you start speaking and start, you know, when you start educating, demonstrating how to use, showcasing all at the same time, it's already being presented through all of those three things already. So of course it's gonna sell itself because you're already educating them on what it is, the ingredients. You demonstrating how to use by educating them on how to use it. You demonstrating how to use it, you're giving out samples and you're telling them, hey, this is how you do it. You know, first thing in the rise and last, you know what I'm saying? All of these factors contribute to the product itself. But not only that, let alone if it contributes to the product selling itself. So that's the science. So your setup is important. Educate, demonstrate, showcase, and present. Never forget that. And punctuality, man, and letting your presence be known, you know. And you gotta know your product. You know, once I endorse something, trust me, I'm putting my stamp on it. You know, irregardless, we don't never have to talk again. But if your product is quality, I'm endorsing it, period. You know what I'm saying? So, Mixed Breed, I'm endorsing this Melanin Monday. Brother Rojo, the telethon. Yo, I've been listening since I was at work earlier, and I ain't gonna hold you, man. You've been going. We loaded over here. Listen, this ain't no, we call this like one hit wonders. This ain't seasonal, man. This is a lifestyle, man. And Powerful Pioneers, we here, we ain't going nowhere, man. It's been a long time coming, my brother, and I appreciate all the work you've been doing. So I salute you. I salute everyone on the call this evening, especially Sister LaShandra, and definitely y'all continue to keep the great work. Peace and love and power. I'm here if you got any questions, by the way.
Thanks. One of our endorser specialists. We got a specialist who endorse Powerful Pioneers. You got to have specialists in these areas. So we give thanks for you, Mixed Breed. And also,
we ain't new to this, man. We true to this. You know.
We also got Swank Boss in the building. And I know Swank Boss, he knows about the art of vending when we go out there, even when it comes to music. I would love for you, Swain Boss, if you're available, to share how when it comes to educating, demonstrating, showcasing, presenting, especially when it comes to music, we used to actually sell the CDs and stuff out the trunk, literally traveling different states. And the present was felt where people will pull up at the gas station and be like, what you got there? So he could bear witness. This is an art that we've been practicing for years, since Swank Boss was teenage style, right, Swank? Can you share a little bit about the art of vending and the science of marketing and promoting your business? Swank Boss probably a little busy, but definitely, Mama Sandra, if you'd like to share, any experience, when it comes to the art of vending, some of the techniques you've seen Powerful Pioneer have done throughout the duration of us vending, and also the difference between a supporter, a client, and a consumer. The floor is yours, Mama Sandra.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Blessings. I have just been really taking in all of this knowledge. I've been on this track of trying to get sustained health. And I come on it for a little while and I fall off, and I come on it and fall off. I get away from people who are talking about wellness. I be around a lot of people just ate whatever, consumers. They're just walking around, just chomping on anything, getting sick and what have you. And I said, enough of this. And when I made up in my mind, the universe opened up, and on a Kwanzaa at the National Action Network, where I'm the National Crisis Liaison, Brother Rojo, Hanukkah was there. And I'm like, I didn't even see you, Brother Rojo. I felt the 2-year-old's aura. And I said, what is this over here behind in the corner over here, whatever? I didn't even see you. But then you had all this information on the table. You just greeted me and that was it. I mean, you didn't say I'm selling this, I'm doing it. You didn't say anything. You answered my questions. And I was like, well I want to, what about this herb? And what about this and this? Do you have anything? And you said, yeah, I have the tonics here. You talked to me about the tonics. And I was so excited. I said, well, my foot is killing me. I said, I feel like cutting it off. I said, what are you doing over here at that wand? And he told me about that. And actually, he was using the etheric wand on someone's eyes. I said, well, I'm scared of that. I said, okay, do my foot. And he did my foot. And I was hopping around the whole night. I was running around the whole night. I felt so great. It was like relief of like a nail that was in my foot. And then, we exchanged information, and I became not a consumer, but I was already a believer in the products, and I had really, really understood what it was all about, because I was on the journey at one time. So I started to tell everybody at the National Action Network, and was trying to get you in the resource room at our convention, because I wanted the NAN chapters, the National Action Network chapters, to know about the healing products that, that's been in this world since we had a world. So I didn't get that far. I got I got one of your designers there, but I went from being a knowledge seeker and consumer to a client. I had a lot of injuries. I had I had on my left side, I had some tissues ripped. And so I told you about that. I told you about hurting myself on the job and bulging discs, neck and back. And I was just recovering from a stroke. So I said, I need a lot of help. Can you help me? And you said, well, you started telling me about the different products that, I could use to start the healing process. And I started to buy them one by one. Then I just got so much into the other family members that I went from being a consumer to a supporter. I mean, I didn't care what something cost. I would get the money and I would say, I need to be in that class. I need to support that. I need to learn from that. How much does it cost? It wasn't like how much does it cost? I'm a nickel and dime you. It's like, I'm going to get the money. I have the money. I'm worth it. I need this information. I need it now. So I went from being a consumer to a client and still client using the services, benefiting from the services, to a family member. I'm a member of the Powerful Pioneers, and I am so proud. I am so proud. Y'all call me Mama Sandra because I have a very nurturing way, and I'm very fiery. It's like you're not gonna come on and him and han or whatever like that. Just come on in. And y'all took me to the spa, and I was kind of shy, and I just went on in, and I got in. I went in head, feet, stomach, heart first. And I love you all. And your table was very enticing. Like I started to say, the information was there. It was all printed out. It was printed big, so I didn't have to squint or anything like that. You didn't have too much on there. You just had a few of this and a few of that. And you didn't give it all at once, because you allowed us to want to know more or want to have more. And the CMOS, when you got me on the CMOS, oh, forget about it. I started running behind you with my walker. And I'll never forget that day. And then every so often, I would just forget about the walk and just start walking. And I'm reaping the benefits from head to toe. My hair is growing back. My vision is getting better. My doctor doesn't understand how I am able seeing, because I went blind for a little bit. And now I'm able to see, glasses or no glasses. I'm going to get corrective lenses. It's still some way to go. But the Tanzania CMOS was really helping me to reconnect my tissues that were ripped in my shoulder, and for me to get stamina, and for me to recover when I would get cut or anything like that. So I am humbled, and I'm so grateful, because I didn't have anyone really to walk me on this journey. But now I have a family that this is the language we speak. Your health is your wealth, and this is the way you do it. So thank you so much for allowing me to share. I could go on and tell everybody about Powerful Pioneers. People are asking me, what are you doing? And I'm saying, I have some people I want you to know, to get to know. And then they start their humming and hinting, whatever. So I just try to invite them to come out of their comfort zone of doing the same things and do something different. It will change their life. I know it changed my life, and I'm a Powerful Pioneer family member forever, forever, forever. I spent a lot of time praying and trusting and believing that the universe is open and ready for us to come in and to help people to live a better life. So thank you so very much. I love you all. Peace and blessings. Power.
Ashe, give it thanks, family. And yes, for anyone who's interested in any of these vending opportunities, Powerful Pioneers, we have so much wonderful events, so we can put our practice in action. Yes, you're not just a practitioner, actual, factual. We're gonna put it in motion. So we give thanks. Learn the art of vending, the science when it comes to vending. Again, if anyone is interested, definitely go to the website, powerfulpioneers.com, powerfulpioneers.com. You can go to Learning Lab. You can sign up through the Learning Lab area, and also you can go to Smart Money University if you'd like to sign up. Learn the art and the science when it comes to vending. Peace and love, everyone. Power.